The Breaking Bad episode, Dead Freight, is a favorite among rail fans. And why wouldn't it be? The episode revolves around a train robbery. This video examines where the robbery supposedly took place and the actual filming location. When Walt and company find their supply of methylamine has been compromised, they need to find a new source.
Once a week, on a Wednesday, a freight train leaves the port of Long Beach.
There's always at least one tanker car full of methylamine. The train travels east through Arizona, stops at a rail yard outside Flagstaff, but the methylamine always moves on, destined for our pesticide concerns in Texas and Oklahoma.
This means a significant portion of the journey would be on the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway's Southern Transcon. Lydia identifies the perfect location for a robbery.
There's a remote 3-mile stretch here.
She points to a remote section in McKinley County where New Mexico State Road 509 terminates at Navajo Route 9. While the intersection she points to is indeed in the middle of nowhere, the nearest tracks are approximately 13 miles away as the crow flies, and the real-life Southern Transcon is a good 35 miles away. Even if Lydia had pointed to the actual Southern Transcon on her map, it's immediately clear to anybody familiar with railroading that the line depicted in this episode is at best a spur. The single-track line is choked with weeds. And when the train appears, it's also clear it isn't a through train. The train is short and is pulled by a single unit. Perhaps that's why the train managed to stop before everybody became
Pancake City out here.
Pancake City.
Oh, man.
In reality, the scene was shot at this crossing and bridge in Eldorado, which is about 13 miles south of downtown Santa Fe, on the Santa Fe Southern Railroad. The Santa Fe Southern, now known as Sky Railway, is an 18-mile short line that runs between Santa Fe and Lamy. The location isn't as remote as depicted in the episode. Nearby houses and other structures were obscured via camera placement and possibly by visual effects, but they're still visible in this episode's making of special feature. For the most part, the area looks the same as it did in 2012 when the scene was filmed. The bridge in this scene is about 750 feet away from the railroad crossing and is located at milepost 3.2. Some of the rails around the bridge date from 1903. As the graffiti from fans of the show indicates, I wasn't the first person to visit this location. The locomotive used in the scene, Unit 7, looks a bit different now than it did in 2012. So at best, the railroad depicted in this episode is a creation of the writer's imaginations. At worst, it's a poorly researched depiction of the Southern Transcon. Either way, Dead Freight is still fun to watch, and it's easy for me to suspend my disbelief.